Sanborani. Hello, my beautiful people. Today I'm out for a morning run. Welcome to my channel. On this channel, you can expect 50 vows that I've written for myself on improving myself, things that I would love to recommit to, things that I would love to be better at, things that I would love to learn and improve. And running is one of those things that I'm always recommitting to. And now there's a goal. We're running the full marathon next year with my son. I'm excited. So there's a goal. And on this week's video, you can expect that I just go out into the world solo, just, doing solo events. There was a 3 days of design in Copenhagen and I just went out. I didn't have to wait for anyone, even though it's intimidating, but I did it. And you can also expect some fashion inspiration where I look at one piece and style it in 3 and 4 ways, and also just shopping in your wardrobe and figuring out how to dress your best. So these are some of the things that you can expect on this channel. By the way, my name is Zozo. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And by the way, I noticed that I've gained 8 subscribers. So up and forward, and we keep showing up no matter what. Have a beautiful day. Sanbonani, so the mic was not on. Sorry about that. I'm going to show you 3 to 4 ways on how to style white shorts for your summer. If you are that girl that is just about showing your legs, no matter in what state they're in, they're your legs, so you need to show them. I have this pair of shorts that I bought from Ralph Lauren, and they're high waist. And this is the first look. I'm wearing the kitten heels, fairy kitten heels that I always have things that you just repeat. I keep saying that you don't need to buy a new pair of shoes for a different outfit. I'm wearing the kitten heels with the shorts and the metallic bag from Max Mara, and I'm also wearing this very slim, tight-fitting cardigan from Manila Biewa. The shorts are high waist and they can be adjusted around the waist, so you don't need a belt. They are slightly loose on me because I've got a tiny waist, but I love that they are high waist. And I just love how, high waist sort of hide the sins if you have, a tummy to hide or anything like that. It's like it snatches, it becomes like a, the thing that shapes your underwear, shaping underwear kind of. Like I said, I've styled the shorts with the cardigan, the beaded cardigan, which matches very nicely with the mint green on the shoes. And on my legs, I'm using this Vaseline glow. You really have to tread lightly because if you put a lot, it can be very, very shiny and greasy. And I know because I shared it with a friend while we were in Mexico performing, and I told her to just put a little bit of it, but I think she misunderstood a little, like, normal, and it was slippery on stage. It was shiny. I mean, you could see where we were, literally. So, but I love it because it gives such a beautiful glow and it doesn't cost that much. It's my summer to go body lotion for my brown skin. And yeah, so I'm wearing the kitten heels that match, got a bit of green on the cardigan and the shorts. And to tell you a funny story, I never really loved showing my legs because I think someone said something about my legs are short when I was younger. And that really sat with me. So I've always tried to consciously, hide my legs. So I never wore shorts. I would wear skirts, but like not shorts. And with time, I've learned to just embrace everything. And I owe it to my legs that I have this dance career that I've had. I am able to run and exercise and train. And actually, now that I'm looking at them, they're not that bad. When you come to that place where you just accept that this is the body that you have and you just work with what God gave you. And knowing that these legs are the thing that I need to be able to move, to run, to do my yoga, I am so appreciative of it. I don't know if it's a combination of getting older and just knowing that I've been blessed. I've been blessed to be able to move and to clothing for each look. So this is a complete look, and just to get closer, so you can see the beauty of the beadwork on this cardigan. And I am wearing some jewelry. This is vintage. I think it's cute, and this is also old vintage, and a cuff that I just bought from Temu. I think this is one of those earrings that they use when you get a hole and never took it out. And then Maria Black, it's a Danish brand, and I think it's also Maria Black. I was given to my daughter. So yeah, and I pull the sister locks to the back. And then of course on my lips, my Dior, I think it's a gloss that I've mixed with like a normal gloss. So this is a complete look on how to style white shorts if I was going out for a dinner. I'll just walk back so you can see. So this is look 2 of wearing the same shorts, keeping the same bag, the same shoes, and now I just switched it with a white t-shirt and tucked it in. I don't need any belt, to be honest, because they don't have any. Yeah, so I love that they're high waists. High waist, you can hide a lot of sins. If you have a tummy, high waist is perfect because it just, yeah, I don't know. I feel like high waist for me, it works and it actually accentuates my waist. So I'm wearing this beautiful scarf. I shared in the beginning of my videos that I am a scarf collector. So each time I travel to a different place, I make sure that I find a silk vintage scarf. So I collect particularly silk scarves, and even my kids know that when they travel, if they can find a silk scarf somewhere, I think it's not so much about the brand or anything. It has to be colorful, like with patterns. But I think it's just the connection to the place that they've traveled or the place that I've traveled. So, and I use my silk scarves in my style, in my fashion, in my, I tie them around. I don't tie them around the waist as much, but I tie them around my neck and in my hair and in different ways. And today, it's like a more modest way of tying the scarf. Just to bring a bit of color also, if you are not a person who wears lipstick. I love lipstick, but and also just to bring color into your outfit. So I feel like the scarf matches, it's got a bit of green on it, and it's just perfect with the kitten heels. So yeah, and I've kept the same shoes, but I've added like a jewelry. This is accessories as well to change your outfit, to elevate it. And this is by a brand, Danish brand, Monies. I did some modeling for them and I got these as part of the job, which was really nice. And I also have some chunky earrings and a big ring. So these I can just wear, and I kept my jewelry underneath. So I could also wear this when I'm going out for dinner, if I'm on vacation. And I can also change the shoes. Depends what you're looking for. And so the brown tones and the white tones, this could be another look, but still with a bit of pop of color on my scarf. So it's up to you. Just play around with your clothes, right? And interchange and see what works. And I've shared about this clutch. So what I was trying to say was I've shared about the clutch. Now we're on look 3. Again, I forgot to turn on my microphone. So this is a voiceover on look 3. I've kept the same shoes. I have kept the same bag. I've kept the same shorts. I've just styled the shorts with a top, a very, very light silk yellow top that is just so lovely when it's really, really hot. And I love the pop of yellow. I love canary yellow, actually. I don't know if this is canary yellow, but I love yellow. I noticed that I love yellow in my summer wardrobe. And I have tied one of my scarves. I did tell you that I collect scarves. I travel. Each time I go solo traveling, I collect a scarf somewhere. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It just have to be silk. That's the criteria. And criteria number 2, it has to be colorful. And also when my kids travel, if they ask me what they should buy, we have a tradition of if someone travels, they bring a little something. And sometimes it's a silk scarf if they find one. And sometimes it's a beaded necklace that you can find at your local market. So I just love collecting silk scarves because I love them to connect me to the places that I've been and the memories. And also I find them very stylish. And I think also they remind me of the women in my family, how they tied the scarves. And here I've tied the scarf in a very modest way. I mean, I have many ways of tying the scarves. But one thing I've noticed, I don't tie the scarf around my waist like it's like everyone is doing right now, the trend. I don't know. It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel like it's me. But I love tying them around my neck and around my bag and sometimes around my wrist if it's like a small one, or around my hair in however way I'm feeling on that day. So I am loving this look, and this could also take me to dinner, but it can also take me to, a day event where it's just about showing skin. If you're not a dress person, this could be your vibe, like a very feminine light top showing some skin and then some shorts and kitten heels. I honestly find kitten heels so comfortable at 48. I don't want to be teetering around high heels, like, walking around the streets of Copenhagen, streets of Copenhagen. So I prefer kitten heels. I can walk if I have to. And when I look at my legs, I don't think that bad. You know what I mean? Like I have to say to myself, Yazin, not that bad, and the grass is always greener on the other side, and you can always be this and that, but I am happy for a 48-year-old. I am happy to know that this is the body I have, and I am grateful for this body. So the best way to celebrate this body is to dress it up, make it shine. So yeah, this is the look. Let me know which is the look that is your favorite. The first look, the second look with the t-shirt, or this one, the third look. And the fourth look is coming up. I think it is the fourth look. And this is another way where you can style your shorts if you do have shorts. And they don't have to be white, by the way. They can also be denim shorts. So yeah. Yellow scarf, And the slip-ons, this could be the fourth look. I'm still wearing the white shorts and I've paired it with the white t-shirt that I wore in another look. And now I've changed the bag into a raffia bag. This is supposed to be a chilled look on a summer's day. And excuse me, and then I've decided to change the scarf. And I did share a little story on why I wear silk scarves. And I collect silk scarves, and my children also buy silk scarves and sometimes jewelry, beaded jewelry at a market. And I love these two things because when I travel, I want to make sure that I bring a memory of the place that I've been. And I feel like silk scarves are a way of reminding me of those places. And at the same time, silk scarves remind me of my mother, my late mother. She was South African, born at a time where, oppression was at its, highest. And she wanted to be a musician. She was a singer. She wanted to be a professional musician and wanted to pursue singing, but she never got the support that she needed at that time because it was all about survival. She was a beautiful woman, beautiful soul. And I remember seeing my mother wearing scarves in different ways. So in South Africa, when you have umsebenzi, which is a traditional gathering or ritual, women are expected to cover their hair, but they can cover their hair in a way that is stylish. There's no particular way. And I remember my mom, this is another way where she would cover her hair. So where the hair still shows, but and it's just a paying respect. It's not so much about a tradition. And also at funerals, the women who were cooking and making sure that the food was taken care of, they will cover up and they will also tie a scarf around just a cross, like a sash, to show that it's, someone has passed. And I just remember thinking these women were graceful as they were cooking and cutting and talking and laughing. I just remember there was just so much grace and beauty. And I remember particularly my mom, that she resembled that, grace and beauty and such ease. And so each time I travel and collect silk scarves, I am reminded of her. And I think my solo traveling connected to collecting these silk scarves on my travels is a way of honoring her, because she was a singer. She wanted to pursue singing as a profession, but she grew up at a time where she did not get the right support because it was all about survival. And I think at that time, as you know, as Africans, we are encouraged to become lawyers and nurses and doctors and teachers but we were never encouraged to be artists. And my mom wanted to be an artist, and I then became an artist. I became a dancer, and that's the reason why I ended up in Denmark and pursued dancing. And I feel like she was robbed of that dream, and somehow God blessed me with that dream, but a different dream, to understand what it meant to be her, to be an artist, and having this drive of wanting to share and heal and create, but never really got to live it out. And here I am today, and feeling so blessed and so grateful to be here and to be able to travel. And in that way, I feel like each time on my birthday, on a day where I was born, I am paying homage to her. I am honoring her, and I recognize her, and I am channeling her by wearing the silk scarves and buying the silk scarves, but also just remembering that she went through a lot of sacrifices so that I could be the woman that I am today, with more choices. I'm divorced, and I feel like was more prepared than she was at that time, because of, financially, women were not, I don't know, I feel like, the challenges were bigger for women then to get divorced, where else today it's still, shame around it and taboo, but women are better prepared financially. And I think she would be proud, and I think she would be so happy and so proud to know that the sacrifices that she has made and the things that she has gone through, were a gift in me becoming better at taking care of myself, remembering myself, honoring myself, traveling, putting myself first, and not only focusing on raising my kids and being the best mother. I can also be my best self. So that was a little story on the silk scarves, why I collect silk scarves. And yeah, it's just honoring my mom and remembering her and channeling her beauty, her grace, her style, her sense of elegance, and a sense of softness and ease. And just with a simple cloth, and I'm sure it wasn't all silk for the women in my family, but the way they tied the scarves around their heads, it's, I mean, yeah, if you're South African, you know. So this is me and my story and the scarves and why I collect the scarves, and also the story I've shared with my kids so that they know what I would rather have when they travel. I don't want any fancy gifts or anything, but if they find a scarf or some, beaded jewelry at a local market bought from a woman, I'm happy. My son bought me a necklace, a beaded necklace, when he was in the Caribbean, and he told me that he bought it from a black woman, and you have no idea how that made me feel, just knowing that he recognized that his mother is black, even though he's mixed, and the beauty that comes with that. Yeah. So back on fashion, I'm carrying. This is the look. This is actually the fourth look. I was supposed to do three looks, but this is the fourth look. So I have realized that my legs are my legs. These legs have carried me. These legs have helped me have a long dance career. These legs help me to practice yoga, to train. These legs help me to get around. These legs are my legs, and I love these legs that I, at some point, had a problem with. And I feel grateful to have these legs, these capable legs of mine. So that's why I am thinking these legs deserve to be shown in shorts. These legs deserve to be celebrated. These legs deserve to be trained so they are strong for my old age. These legs need to get some cream so they're not ashy. These legs deserve to be in high heels, in flat shoes. These legs are dependent on being taken care of so that they can live longer and keep on taking care of me. So that's why I'm wearing shorts and short skirts in my mid-40s, and I do not care. I dress for myself. So what about you, ladies? Let me know what part of this video resonated with you, whether it was the style, whether it was a story, or whether it was the little poem that I just made about these legs of mine. Anyways, let me know what you think, and just leave a comment if it was look 1, look 2, look 3, look 4, or just the story. Until the next one. I think that's how it's said. Until the next one, have a beautiful one.